gay, yo. No seas gay. Órale. Hey, ripped it.
That shit kind of loud, no? I don't sound loud.
What's going on? Welcome back to another Killer Story episode. Man, how you doing, T-Rad?
Doing awesome, bro. Nice mics, by the way.
Yeah, man. You like them? Brand new?
Fuck yeah. Bro, they sound crisp or no?
Yeah, they sound dope. Man, today is going to be another cool fucking episode, man. Today we got a cat that... man. This cat was supposed to come a long time ago, man. But it happened. You know, it happened.
Finally happened,
man. And it's a cool cat, man. Let him know a little bit about himself.
Yo, this awesome cat is not only a good friend of ours, really dope, humble person. And other aside the stuff that I'm about to say, but like he's a super cool cat. So without further ado, we have the photographer, painter, podcaster, comedian, and even came out on a fucking documentary, the one and only motherfucking Dalvarez TV.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Welcome to the podcast, man.
What up? Thanks for having me.
How you doing, man?
Chilling, bro. We chilling. We getting it in right now.
Yeah, man. And it's back to back, man. We just did an episode on your podcast, man. Check them out. We want to let them know what it's called.
Yeah, we just did a episode of the Paralyzed Artist podcast.
Yeah,
Sheesh. Find it on all major platforms.
Yes, sir, man. Plug it in, man. Man, right here on our podcast, we like to dive in. I mean, dive in the deep end.
We ain't jumper right here.
No jumper.
Nah, we ain't gonna fuck after this, bro. What you mean, bro?
That's too late, bro. You can't back.
Nah, bro. Damn.
Nah, man. But I just want to start off, man, a little bit to know a little bit more about yourself, man. Where were you born and raised, man?
I was born and raised right here in LA. I was actually born in East LA.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say in this house. I was like,
yeah, right here on the floor. Right here.
Shit, they had you in the house.
Yeah, bro. I was born and raised here in LA. I mean, I moved out of state for a few years twice, but for the most part here.
Oh,
born
wow.
and raised in
What
LA.
state?
The state of Washington.
No way. Wow.
Yeah.
And how long were you out there for?
So I was out there twice. I moved there the first time when I was I just turned 12.
Oh, wow.
And then I like I said, I was born and raised here. So when I moved out there, it was like culture shock, like crazy, bro. Like it was like, here's raza and mostly Spanish speaking people. Right. And I mean, there's every culture, but for the most part, you're around your people, and then there's Mexican restaurants everywhere, or whatever Latin restaurants everywhere, and up there is none of that. There's nothing but white people. Is no there's one restaurant every city, bro. It's nothing here. So and then,
what part of Washington?
I used to live in Kirkland. It was 45 minutes from Seattle. Oh, yeah, I lived in Kirkland, Bothell, Woodinville area. It's all in the same area.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
because it's upscale and shit.
It's not super upscale. It's kind of middle upscale.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But random fact: Kirkland is the smartest city in the United States. They have the highest high school graduate rate of any other city in the world.
I thought you were gonna say
the world,
Kirkland
in the United States.
Okay.
I don't. It might have changed the stats,
but at that moment it was.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna say that. That's where the Kirkland water came from and stuff.
It's just a city. Yeah. It always reminded me though. Whenever I see the Kirkland, I'm like, Kirkland. Yeah.
Oh, so you moved out there for how long?
I was out there the first time for 3 years. I came back randomly when I was 15. I was supposed to come out in my cousin's quinceañera. So you know how in quinceañeras you practice for a few months before the quinceañera. So I had to learn everything in 2 weeks. I came in 2 weeks, and then I had to learn all the dances. And then I ended up getting with one of the girls in the quinceañera. So I was like, I'm gonna stay, dog. And I literally, I had
It's called
a round
pussy
trip.
whip.
Hey, bro. Nah, yeah, I've done a lot of dumb shit for women, you know. Yeah. Oh hell no! It be like that. Yeah, so I ended up staying out here, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just start going to school." And then my pops ended up moving back down here. Like I had been here for maybe like almost a year, and then he decided to come back.
Who'd you stay with though? With the girl?
Nah, bro, we broke up like 2 weeks after, bro. Like,
after you didn't quit it.
Yeah. Not even. I didn't even. I don't like. Nah, it was just like a bush. Bro. I mean, I was like 16 at the time, you know.
Right.
But
so who'd you stay with?
I ended up staying with one of my aunts, like with my cousin's mom that was a quinceañera or whatever. Yeah, I just randomly, I was like, I'm gonna stay with you.
You just told her like that?
Bro.
On the spot.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, she was always cool. Like,
she knows.
When
I've been through that. I fell in love
the
once.
hormones.
And,
Bro.
Puberty.
When my parents split up, we moved with my aunt with her, so I kind of grew up with her here and there. So like we were cool, you know. So she like took me in or whatever. And then I was here till I was 18, and then when I was 18, I wasn't going to school or working, and they offered me a job up there, and I ended up moving back at 18 for a couple of years again. Yeah.
With who?
By myself.
By yourself?
The same month, my birthday's in January. The same month I turned 18, I ended up moving out there by myself. Damn. I took a Greyhound.
What? What'd you pack? Did you pack anything?
My clothes.
That's it?
My clothes, yeah. Just clothes.
Clothes on a stick, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So, and I ended up staying with my, he was my uncle through marriage. My dad's ex-wife, his brother. He was staying out there, and he like let me stay at his place. And started working, and then we ended up getting another apartment with my own bedroom.
Nice.
And I was out there for a couple of years.
Sick.
Yeah.
And he kind of told us his whole little story already, bro.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that was perfect, man. You did our job for us,
dude. Because we, I don't know. This is probably already going too back, but like, how was your childhood, man? What would you reckon?
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
I would say pretty crazy because we moved around a lot. Like I've moved maybe 25 to 30 times in my life. Yeah, maybe even a little more.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was hectic, man. Like I've realized so many things now that I'm as an adult. Like I'm really bad at staying in touch with people. Like I won't hit you back up for days sometimes. Like it takes me a while, and I think what it is that because I moved so much, I never had attachments to people. So for me, it's kind of hard to like stay attached to people because I never had to because I was always moving. Gotcha. So I would make friends and then move like a year later, and then had to make new friends. So I never had people that I had to be responsible to.
Dang.
Yeah, so
I can relate though, because like I had a similar lifestyle. Yeah, I always make fun of my family because I would call ourselves like fucking nomads and shit. Always in the state of California though, and we moved like several times, maybe just like about 13 times, and I would have to switch exactly the same, switch friends every fucking other year and shit.
You're not gonna leave me, right?
No, but what kind of kid were you? Were you like an open kid? Like did you talk a lot to people?
See, that's the thing, bro. I feel like I wasn't able to expand my feelings to anybody because I'm constantly moving, and I was like the scared one, like the quiet one, because I don't know these motherfuckers, right?
Yeah. So
it was tough, bro. It was like, oh shit, we're moving again. What about the life that I thought I created here? You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, it does leave a mark that way, but I along the way I made a lot of cool friends and almost a girlfriend. But I got rejected.
Almost a girlfriend.
Almost a girlfriend, bro. She was the homegirl though. Yeah. She was the homegirl, and I think she was into me, but she, you know how we're like little kids and shit. Ew. Yeah. So I felt like I got rejected. So I was like, never mind. So it was like, hard for us to like attach, like you said. I can't explain it any other way. Like throw roots. Kind of a deal, you get me?
Yeah.
Throw roots on this because this is my home, and these are the people that I'm going to be around for the rest of my life. It was never like that for me. Yeah. And I feel you for that. That's because
at least that's what I from stuff that I've read and like experience that I've like checked out, like that's the conclusion I came to for me. Like people that were living kind of same circumstances, and they were like, I have these issues with like staying in touch, and I was like, dude, that's me. And I started looking more into it, and I was like, dude, that makes sense. You know, because yeah, just something random that just crossed my mind.
It happens.
Yeah.
So were you a troublemaker or not?
Nah, bro. I was a pretty good kid, bro. Like I got like good grades in school, and then I was mellow. I was always a mellow. I was kind of quiet and mellow. I wasn't like crazy. What I was curious. So I would break shit, trying to figure out how it works. I would try to open like tools, like VCRs. That's how old I am. Yeah, like VCRs or like the rewinders of the VHS
you would bring
tapes.
Those down?
I would open them to try to. I would wanted to know how they worked.
That's great.
Or like power tools. Like I would want to see like how does this drill work? Like so I would get in trouble in that way. But as far as like being like a bad kid, nah, I wasn't. I was I had to grow up pretty fast, so I didn't really have. I had like I have examples of like I was washing my own clothes when I was like 8, 9 years old and shit, like going to the laundromat and shit, like
by yourself.
Well, and then I'm the second oldest, and I have 6 sisters.
Oh damn!
Yeah, so I had to like grow up, bro. I was moving a lot. Like I didn't.
And you were
really
the oldest. Oh, one
I
of
was
them.
the second. I have one older sister, and then it's me. Yeah, but yeah, no, I don't know. I just kind of had to grow up. So I feel like my childhood was a little weird. Like a lot of shit happened to me. A lot of wild shit happened to me.
Yeah. You said when you lived down here back in the 90s, you said you saw a lot of violence down here. You said right?
Yeah.
And
want to expand on that?
Yeah, like
yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up in LA around like, and then a lot of my cousins were in gangs, and then a lot of my other family members were in gangs, or like even the family that I have from that are like most of my family's from Mexico, and a lot of those people came here because of having issues in Mexico. Like why, like
los narcos.
Nah, like just like problems, like or fights or fucking shootouts and shit. Like it's different in Mexico, And then I'm older, so I'm 36. So you should think about my like uncles and like. It was wild. So like some of them came out here to like like
chill,
kind of like
But then they saw what was going on and stuff, right? And
and then I grew up around like fucking drive-bys and like people fighting and
blood in, blood out.
Kind of in a way, not like that crazy, but I grew up around wild shit.
Because it was crazy back then with all the riots and everything going on, man. I know it hit downtown, like East LA and all that stuff. It hit hard, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and when the riots in '92, I was living in Compton.
Yeah.
So like, like I lived in an apartment, and then there was like one house, and then there was like a shopping center, and they burned down that whole shopping center.
Fuck.
Like there was literally like people were like going into all the stores and taking everything, bro. People with milk and diapers and fucking beer, all kind of shit, bro. Like they were ransacking everything. But my parents were still together, so my dad, he was like, yeah, I ain't going outside. Like, nah, you guys are staying in here, So we didn't really like go outside. I mean, I was like in '92, I was 6. So we were, and I have an older sister that's 3 years older than me, but the rest are younger. Yeah. So like, we kind of stayed home, but we were like in the window, like TV, like, damn,
Curious George,
and then obviously seeing stuff on the news and stuff, So, I don't know. I grew up wild, like around people that were crazy too. Like,
definitely, bro.
Wild stuff. Yeah, like I was just remembering a story of my cousin. I have cousins. Their dad, he used to be really wild when he was young. Like I see him now, and he's like older, white hair. He even looked bigger to me when I was a kid. Because I remember one time I hadn't seen him for a long time, and then I saw him again, and I was like, dude, I remember I used to see you like huge. But we went to a fair, and then my aunt got like a fake tattoo, and then when she got home, he thought it was a real tattoo, and he literally was trying to kill her, bro.
Oh, damn.
Like literally trying to choke her with a coat hanger. Yeah, bro. So we had to pick her up, and then we had just dropped her off, and then she called my mom and shit, and then we had to go back and pick her up. And then she got in our car, and then he started chasing us, and like literally was hitting us, bro, with his car.
Fuck?
Like, yeah, bro. Like we were stopped at a stop, and then he just like rear-ended us, you know?
But on purpose? Or?
Yeah, bro. Like on some wild shit. Like I grew up around shit like that. Like just seeing wild
It's
shit.
washable.
Yeah, bro.
Shit.
I was like, dang.
Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah, crazy shit like that, bro. Just grew up around.
Bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh yeah, that part where you said that you saw this relative of yours bigger than that. That hit me so badly because I have this type of vision of a couple of cousins. Because it's funny because my mom had us so late in the game that my cousins are so fucking old compared to me. They're like my dad's age. So I'm the second youngest one out of like 1,000 fucking cousins of ours. But anyways, there was this one cat that I always saw that he would watch like Van Damme movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and fucking Sylvester Stallone movies. And because of that, and he had a big jaw, I connected him with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I don't know why I always saw him like fucking Terminator all the time, dude. And now that I'm grown up and I look at him, hey, dude, he's kind of small actually.
It's like I see Quagmire.
You were like big jaw Terminator ass fool.
Yeah,
dog.
bro. And then
That's
but
funny.
like he was wild though. He's one of those wild cats that came over here, grew up out here, and he was wilding out, stealing cars and fucking doing wild ass shit, dude. And one of his brother got shot. He was older than him. And he ended up dying and shit. So both of them, they were both bad. But at least this cat, he changed his life around. He turned his, bought his house, got a family, blah blah blah, the whole 9 yards. So shout out to him.
But that's crazy that you didn't. You say yourself, you didn't fall into that type of lifestyle yourself, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. You said you got good grades in school and everything like that, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I try for the most part. I was always like, I was never a follower, man. Like, I was like, once I understood like what gangs were, I was like, nah, bro, I don't need people telling me what to do. Like, and then I got into sports.
What sports did you play, man?
Basketball and football.
Oh,
I played basketball and football, and I started like focusing on. So once I had that, like I said, like a lot of my cousins were in gangs on both sides of my family, but like I would hang out with their friends sometimes, and they would just be like, "Do your thing." They used to call me Hoops.
Oh,
So they'd be like, "Just do your thing, Hoops." Like, don't fucking, this shit ain't
they wouldn't guide you into that. They wouldn't be a bad influence for you.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
they were like, not like, yeah, like, they would be like, always see me going to the park and shit. They'd be like, do your thing, Hoops. They wouldn't. So I didn't really have people really pressuring me like,
Nice.
yo, be in my gang, like. And then I was always like, nah, bro, like, and then like, once I thought about jail and all that shit, I was like, I'm good, bro. Like, I ain't gonna be I ain't gonna like end up like that. So I kind of like was like, nah, I'm just gonna try to do my own thing,
And did you proceed playing like basketball or like throughout your school years and stuff?
So I got into I really got into sports when I was like in the 6th grade, and then I was pretty athletic. I wasn't a big person. Like I'm like 5'8" and a half. And I was like at my heaviest, maybe like 130 pounds. So
Damn.
I was small, yeah. So I was like, I was really athletic. Like I couldn't dunk, but I could like hang on a rim.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I never like trained. I never like lifted weights. I never worked on my legs. So if I would have, I probably even would have been able to dunk. But I realized like I'm probably too small. Like right away, I'm probably too small for being. Even in football, like I was really good. I played wide receiver. I was really good, bro. Like I would do these crazy catches even before having like the gloves. Now they have the gloves that make that
Magnets.
shit. Yeah.
I saw that video.
Is it magnets?
Yeah, you check out the video. My bad, bro.
Nah, but like the actual glove, the NFL gloves they use, they're like sticky, bro.
Nah,
like
I seen the.
Yeah,
the
so
magnets.
I was doing wild, crazy catches even before that.
I heard if you use them, sometimes they call you a little bitch because you can't catch the ball with like a real man.
But I mean, in the NFL, all of them are using them. So
Really?
if everybody's using them, they can't call you a bitch, bro.
No way, all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
I'm
All the
check.
wide
I don't think they're
receivers.
magnets.
Facts.
Dude, it's such a big advantage.
It's glue.
It is
Glue.
because with one
Elmer's
hand,
glue.
it's like the material that
No,
they make it
I
out
felt
of.
it, yeah, I felt it
Yeah, that
before.
shit is like sticky. But I realized like, nah, I'm probably too small to do anything with sports. And then I started like messing around with girls. And then once I started messing around with girls, I was like, this is what I'm doing. This is my thing, dog. I think this is my thing.
This is why.
I used to be like, I think if I was, I mean, at that time when I was younger, I was like, damn, if I was meant to do something, fuck these hoes, bro. I was like, so I was just like,
you became the player.
Yeah, because what would happen is like, instead of going to practice, bro, I would go hang out with some chick.
Practice,
and then so like,
it's called practicing right there.
Yeah, practicing, bro. I was practicing.
That's stamina.
Yeah.
Oh,
good old days.
What did you like used to give them, huh?
These nuts.
All of the nuts.
Got you.
Damn,
yeah,
man. Okay, so you were a player in school, man. You know, you were playing out in the field and, you know, in the bedroom
sheets.
and the sheets, man.
I was playing the game, bro.
Yeah, man. So you did sports, you did all that stuff, man. And at that time, was anything you said art, right? Or was that also popping up within high school?
Like as a kid, I would draw. I would draw here and there, like more than a normal kid that isn't into drawing. But I would do it on and off. But then once I started got into sports, I kind of stopped all the creative stuff like drawing or any of that, trying to pursue anything creative. And then once girls came in, I was like, fuck all that shit, bro.
You don't want to feel like I'm gonna draw you like Rose, man.
Nah, bro, nothing like that. Nah, bro. I wasn't doing.
Damn.
I was
So you fucking dropped everything for them cheeks.
Yeah, bro, literally, bro. I would fucking.
He's I ain't no romantic. Come on, man.
Nah, I would write letters though, bro. But again,
Oh,
I'm 36.
Poetry?
So
Yeah,
I would say like actual letters, like "What's up, girl?" I'm into you.
Shit.
The whole night. I have some, bro. I have like a folder filled with just bitches letters.
It says roses are red, violets
Yeah.
are blue.
Not
Open your
that.
legs and I'll come through.
Yeah. not that, but yeah, I was just spitting game through. I was DMing bitches with paper, bro.
through the stale mails.
Fucking with the birds and shit. Or fucking a freaking kite from the jail cell.
Bro, I was sending school kites, bro. Out here. Come get this dick. Yeah, bro.
Hey, so you dropped everything. But when did it come back, or did it come back later on till this time? Like,
what do you mean come
the
back?
the painting.
So,
everything like that.
So I got shot. That's why I don't know if you could see in the video, but I use a wheelchair. I have a spinal cord injury.
I can attest to that.
So so after my injury, I was like, damn, now I got all this time. Now I got all this time. So I was like, maybe I should get into painting. Cause I had tried painting. When I say try, I mean I bought the supplies, tried it, and I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
And then a year will pass or 6 months will pass, and I'll be like, fuck it, let me try doing another painting. So I had tried it in that sense. But after my injury, I was like, maybe I should get into painting. I was always pretty good at creating stuff. And then I found YouTube a little bit after my injury. So I was like, all right, maybe I could learn how to. So I tried to get back into painting, but I was just doing a bunch of other stuff at that time too. I was playing. I don't know if did you guys ever hear of Full Tilt or Poker Stars? It's like a Texas Hold'em. It was like these online websites where you could play for money. So I was fucking doing that. I was playing poker for money. So I was focusing some of my time on that. And then I've always been into video games too. So I had like an Xbox 2, or was it
360?
The Xbox 360 and a PS2.
Yeah.
Or was it a PS3 by that time?
Probably
and I was
PS3.
playing video games a lot back then too. So I was doing those things and then painting once in a while.
Nice.
And then but not really taking it seriously. And then I was married. So after my relationship ended, I was like, maybe I should really get into it, because I was just doing it on and off.
Gotcha.
So after that, I was like, I'm gonna really do it. I'm gonna really try to find my style, try to find something that that's my thing. And then I started painting more seriously, and then I found photography, and then got into photography.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that, man. We talked about it in your podcast, man, but we like to share it on our podcast too, man. How did photography find you?
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that like that, because I, in a way, kind of did find me. So, I was already painting, and then one of my brother-in-laws, him and his brother had homies that were doing stuff with T-shirts and like working with models and stuff, like a clothing brand.
Okay.
And then they would do like photo shoots with models. So I went out with them one time, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." You know, they were like taking pictures with this chick, and they had like it was like. It's a bigger company now, so they were just starting, but they had like cameras. They each had their own camera and everything. I was like, that's dope, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should get a camera. And then I was already painting, like I said. So I was like, well, I'll create the paintings, use the camera to take pictures of them to sell them. And then like after I had gotten the camera, I got a T3i. A month after I got it, the rehab center where I had to go to after I got shot, I went to a rehab center for a couple of weeks, and they have these programs where they like try to find new ways to give the patients there therapy. And then they thought about doing photography as therapy, so they randomly hit me up, and they were like, "You want to be a part of this photography program?" And I was like, "What the fuck? I just got a camera." So so I enrolled in like these photography courses basically. And then maybe like within the month, a month before, literally right as I bought my camera, I found the meets too.
Yo,
like
what?
the meetups, yeah.
Through Instagram or
Through Instagram, yeah. It was like I think the first meet that I went to was a big I think it was a Conquer LA meet.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I have video of it, so I'm sure I could find the date.
Damn, you got everything archived and shit.
Yeah, I have videos of it, bro. It was a big ass group of people. It was crazy.
Oh, is that right?
So it like I was like, what the fuck? Like, so I was doing stuff with photography through like classes, and then doing photography stuff with the meetup.
So you were
So
putting
crazy.
it, yeah,
I
you were
know.
putting it into like play. You were already putting it to practice.
Yeah, from the way. So you know how you said like, how did you find photography? So in a way, it was like photography found me. You know, like it all came
Crazy.
together.
At once.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's crazy. Yeah. So then I was like, maybe I need to do this photography thing. You know,
It's a sign.
Yeah. And then in my classes, I would get these assignments, so I would use the meets to go like take pictures for my assignment.
for your
and shit.
assignment, your homework.
So some of the people in my class would have like these pictures of like
Boring ass
random shit,
yeah.
and I'll have these crazy ass fire pictures of people in costumes and shit, or
Acing
steel wool
everything.
shots or long exposure shots, just coming out with this crazy like.
Did they ask you? Like, where the fuck are you getting this
Kinda,
shit
yeah,
from?
they
Hollywood
knew.
sets
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Investigate them.
Yeah, we talked about like we were saying that we were doing my podcast. One of the things that I didn't mention was that throughout the classes in the second course, they bought a Canon SO1, and then we would get tickets for our assignment. So like they would give us an assignment, and then whoever did the assignment the best would get the most tickets, and then they would throw all those tickets in a bucket, and at the end of the course, they pulled out a name to win that SO1 camera.
Sick.
Yeah. And then because of the meets, and then I already had like they gave out cameras. They gave out these kind of basic Sony cameras. I forgot the model.
Yeah.
And then I had my Canon T3i already.
Beverly Hills, man.
So I had an
cameras.
advantage. Yeah, like
Leg up.
but my T3i was like way more advanced than those Sony cameras. They were like
Hold on.
basic, almost like point and shoots almost.
Oh, okay.
They're a little bit above a point and shoot. So I was just getting these crazy ass pictures, and I was getting all these tickets, bro. So at the end, they ended up pulling out a ticket, and I ended up winning that camera. So, yeah.
Damn.
I want to clap for you right now.
Hey, I was putting in the work, bro. Bro. And then we ended up splitting out the tickets to see like who, like, bro. I had double the amount of tickets than the next person next. So, like, let's say I think it was like 200 tickets, and then the person next to me had like 80 tickets. Damn. So I had a huge ass advantage, you know. But hey, I was putting in the work. You know? I was like showing up with my assignments, you know.
Yeah.
And
So,
did you use that camera afterwards?
Yeah, I
using
ended up selling the T3i and then using the SO1 for a while. Yeah.
My bad. I'm not a connoisseur of Canon, so I'm thinking this is a full frame, right?
Yeah, it's like their basic full frame. It's a little ass. They try to market it to like women, I think.
Really?
It's like this tiny. It was the smallest SLR.
Oh wow.
That they have. It's like a little tiny camera, but it can fit all the lenses that the big ones, and it is a SLR camera. It's like a crop sensor.
It is a crop sensor.
Yeah, but it's a full SLR.
Nice.
Yeah, DSLR.
Got you. So it's still more advanced than the T3i.
It's I think it's the equivalent of a T5i.
Oh, right.
That's kind of like the level that it came out at. Basically, it's comparable to a T5i. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it was an upgrade for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was like touchscreen.
Okay.
Like you could even shoot. Yeah, it's a cool little camera. They have a SO2 now, I think.
Right.
Like the upgraded version. It's like the perfect starter camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So for me, because we're Nikon, our lower end would be like the at that time was like comparable to the T3i would be the Nikon D5200. No,
5300. No?
53. No, because there was an older one at that time, so it would be with the T3i, and then there was also like the higher end ones, like the 7200s. So that's what I'm looking at. Maybe that's the SL1 right there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
it was a dope little camera.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
So for sure, it was almost like it had way more advancements in fucking buttons and features. I would think, right?
Yeah.
So cool, man. Dude, that's what's up, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. How you just freaking is basically, like you said, photography found you and gave you your own personal camera, bro.
Yeah, literally, it was like literally like I was meant to do this shit, you know. And I mean, I still to this day like shoot and stuff, but I found other things, and I've just been focusing a little bit more of my time on those things. But to this day, like it's dope, man. I like working with people, you know, taking pictures and checking out dope locations and stuff.
Yeah, man. Like I say, like after the whole program, bro, you got the camera, you know, you ran with it, and you continue the whole photography scene, right, man? And when you came in, I know I'm sure you were there even before us, man.
Yeah.
How, you know, you said you were at the 6th Street Bridge as well, right? You saw that type of meet and stuff, man. How was that, like, environment back then, you know?
Crazy. Like, that, man, it's hard to, like, put it into words compared to, like, the meets now, bro. It's like, it was, especially that night, it was on another level, like the street was covered with people. Like, there was so many people that you couldn't see the street. Like, the bridge was so packed. And then once the cops came and like started kicking everybody out and like condensed the crowd into like a smaller, it was crazy. But like, man,
the helicopters popped up.
The helicopter popped up. Yeah, like they literally like SWAT came in and walked us all off the bridge and we're just like, y'all don't have to go home, but you know you can't be right here. Yeah. And they just like, we were just huge. If I had a guess, it probably like between 400 to like 600 people were there, probably.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's just historic. I mean, I look back at it, but I wasn't there. You know, it's as if for me, it's just like a historic thing that happened. But a lot of people that we've talked to through our podcast, the way they describe it was so lit, and it was also by a team called fucking what was it called?
Like, what was that one? Flash
Mob. So, dude, those guys, I always knew they were wild, but I was never able to make it to one.
Yeah.
So shout out to them, man.
I remember, like, I think it was San Francisco and Chinatown where I saw they were shooting actual Roman candles at each other and started like running and stuff like that.
What the fuck, dude? That shit was wild.
Yeah, when I heard about them, that's what I had heard. Like, it's a group from San Francisco, and they were gonna come down here and do like a meeting.
But it's also cool how the cops say, hey, you don't have to go home, right? You guys can still chill and stuff. Those are the cops, right?
Well, they didn't tell us like verbally. They were just like, they fucking marched us off the bridge, and then they were just like, you need to disperse from here.
That's the cool thing, because when we were going to meet, a lot of cops were chill about it, right? Like,
well, after a while, they kind of like figured out what was happening.
It's crazy
because I think I came into when the meets were like just starting to like really like take off. I literally came in the perfect time for the meets. Yeah.
Do you remember the year?
Perfect.
It was so I got shot in 2000 and 11, 12, man.
Damn.
Oh, I might have been a little less. I can see the exact date, bro. I have videos. I have like pictures. I mean, on my Instagram, I'm sure. It was like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, for me, like looking back, dude, it feels like yesterday for me.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's like fucking time flies.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm saying like 8 years. It's probably been like 8 years since I've been doing meat shit.
But when you realize it, when you drop it like that, damn, it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
It's been a wild ride too.
It doesn't feel like
fun.
Yeah, that long ago. But it's
been a while, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's just to think about it. Yeah, the perspective was like, oh shit, I've been in the game.
The reason why I was bringing up the cops being chill is because we used to do it on Broadway as well, bro.
Oh yeah,
Broadway is the busiest fucking street, bro,
Sure,
with pedestrians and fucking cars passing by, and the cops would just be like, "Oh, you guys could do it, man. It's
just
fine."
don't be in the street.
Dude, it's so crazy.
Nah,
bro.
At first, they were a little bit more like they would kick us out of places at first, but I think it just got to the point where they were like, "All right, I think I know what they're doing. They're not. It's not like a
tagging.
not tag. We're not trying to like
burn down anything.
Yeah. It's just like we're just taking pictures,
creating
being
art,
creative, you know. So after a while, they kind of got the point, and they were like, "Do your thing, man."
Do you remember who the first person you met
at the meet? Fuck.
Yeah.
Nah. It was I'm sure it was just a random person because like people would just be like, "Hey, what's up? You going to the meet?"
Yeah.
I think that happened to me. I think I was like rolling, and then I already had like my camera bag. And then I think some dude was like, "You going to the meet?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was, "Me too." Yeah. I went by myself. Like I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
I just showed up, and I was like, "Fuck it." And I was getting videos.
Oh shit!
And taking pictures. Yeah, I have the videos still. Like I have.
You still have the videos?
Yeah, I have everything.
Like
Iconic
everything's
right
in the
there.
archive.
Yeah. Like I could like
That's like
show you, like show like the first meet that I went to. It was crazy because there was a small little person.
Oh,
little
person.
I'm old, so we used to say midgets. You know,
Of course.
we used to hit the midget game. You know?
Yeah.
So, but there was a little dude, and
Handsome.
like he it was crazy because back then the cops were like, "Fuck these meat shit." They would fuck with you. They would stop them. They would show up and like kick everybody out. So the first meet that I went to, at the end of it, we were in a big ass group by where the 4th Street Bridge is. You know how there's like there's like stairs and you can go up it, and then it kind of like goes around.
Is that by Myers?
Turn. Yeah, close. No,
The next one.
No, it's like now Myers is close to like 1st Street. No,
1st Street.
Yeah, now 4th Street. Like if you know this, like you will know the spot if I take you there.
Okay.
But we were all in like a big ass group, and then the cops came, and this dude had like a ski mask, and so he was in the middle of the street with the ski mask, like just saying like "fuck you" to the police, and we were taking pictures of that shit. Like, it was crazy. I was like, damn, these motherfuckers are crazy.
Wild.
and then they got so comfortable. The police got so comfortable that they started coming on some of the photos as well.
Yeah.
That's iconic too.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I have a print. I have a print that I used to sell. That's like I made big, like the one behind you guys, and it's like a cop showed up. He stopped. He left his lights on, and then they did smoke grenades right in front of it. And there was people with like masks.
Yeah.
And then like so you could just see the lights from the cop car through the smoke.
Oh, I see.
And then there's like it's like 2 or 3 models and 2 dudes. And it's like it's this crazy picture.
Dude, my favorite one that I seen with cops is where I think this was over there in San Pedro. We were hosting the meet, and the cops came and they started kicking everybody out because they were saying that you can't be spitting fire because they're going to charge people with arson, right? But I guess one of the photographers asked 2 cops if they could pose, right? And I don't know if this was planned or not, or it was just out of like the blue. But okay, so the cops started posing all like nice and everything, but they left a little gap in between them that at the far end, like all the way in the back, patient 0, You know Patient Zero?
Yup.
He was
Shout
flipping.
out.
He was flipping them off, bro. And it was perfect. It was perfect lined up, bro.
Yeah, I gotta go look back at that
shit
shot.
was funny because the cops are smiling. They're all nice, and at the back is Patient Zero with the clown mask and everything, flipping them off, bro.
Yeah.
Perfect, dude.
Yeah, you'll get random crazy shots like that.
Yeah.
Like I have a
Shout
shot.
out to Patient
Shout
Zero,
out.
man.
I have a shot of that night of the 6th Street Bridge of Butch. He was wearing like this. It was like a kind of like neon color mask and neon color suit. And then as the SWAT was walking, well, no, these guys weren't SWAT. It was like a row of cops, just like lined up, walking everybody off the bridge. And I have a shot of him like I'm standing behind him, and he's holding his mask, looking like sideways, and then you can see the cops coming toward him and shit.
Oh,
I have a crazy shot of
that's
it.
wild, dude.
Yeah.
You're talking about shots, bro. I have one shot of you, and now that it's perfect to just drop that in right there. I remember it was fucking. It was those Street Meet LA. There you go.
Yeah.
And it was at the Arts District, and it was a candid shot of you. And I just honestly, I did not know. But there's a lot of artwork out there. Obviously, there's a lot of graffiti, and I saw you, and I liked the colors behind you, and you popped out from there, and then you were just rolling, right? Just rolling. And anyways, fucking, I had my wide angle, and I decided to shoot you. And honest to goodness, bro, I did not know what the message in the background said, dude.
Yeah.
And afterward, like looking through my fucking images and then just going through all like bangers and shit, and then I see that one, and I was like, "Damn, bro, that looks cool." But still, to that moment there, I did not know what it said. I couldn't tell what it said. It took me a while, and then I saw the message. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, I have to post this." I had edited it and just threw it out there, and I don't think I even asked you, dude. But I did shouted you out.
Yeah. I know what picture
You
you're
want to
talking
let them know what was the message for the people that
No, I
because you
think
painted
he should definitely say that, because honestly, right now I forgot what it said.
Yeah. I don't remember either, but I know the picture you're talking about. Like it's like a blue background, I think.
It was black and pink.
It might be on my. It might be on my default pick. I think it was for a while. I don't know if
It was.
it was that one?
Yeah.
Oh, I think remember. It was like a blue and something, right?
Yeah, it's like blue and it had wording.
Yeah, I remember it was black and pink, but you might be right. I think it is blue.
No, it used to. No, I have like that triple exposure, that surge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right now, yeah,
right now. But yeah, I had it for a while. It was like and I'm like rolling, and I don't have a hat on.
Oh yeah,
that's another rare. I always have a hat, and then that picture I don't have a hat. Yeah.
That's crazy. It was all by chance, and it was so aligned so well, and the messaging. It's something about like life is hard, basically.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's all I could
remember.
In a nutshell, that's what it said. So.
You know, it's funny because I remember you sent me that picture, and then I was like, at first I just saw it. I didn't really pay attention to it.
You neither?
Yeah. And then like I was like, cool. And then and then I remember like I don't know how I don't know if you posted it again or if I saw it on your page yet, but I went back to it like a while later, and I was like, "This is a dope ass shot." And then that's when I put it on my default pictures, and then I posted it. Yeah. But yeah, that's a cool picture. Yeah.
Dude, another thing about posting and stuff. What do you think about the whole Instagram like algorithm now? Like, you know how it was back then and shit. Yeah. Like it gave you a lot of exposure with your photography and stuff. And
yeah. They
fucked it up.
I feel like they fucked it up. Yeah, because I remember there was a point when I was like, I had just started doing the meets. I was shooting a lot because of the class, so I was posting a lot. Sometimes I would post like twice a day, 3 times a day, and then I would just. At that time, I was getting maybe like 6-7 followers a day by posting like that.
Damn.
And that was like I had this big spurt, but then I was just like I just totally dropped off, and now I like I don't even post pictures that much anymore. It's like I've been posting.
Like,
Yeah,
definitely.
like flyers.
But that shit was like a thrill, right? Like, you know, going and posting and oh my god, you got likes and shit like that.
Yeah. It's like an adrenaline. Right?
Yeah,
that's why you know, that's the whole thing about.
That's how they get you.
Social media. It's like you start liking the feeling of getting all those likes. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I feel like Instagram back then was what TikTok is now. Like algorithmic wise, because a lot of the attention is there now over there at TikTok.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I think they should do that again. But anyways, they ain't gonna do that. They said that they already did the whole fucking chronological
reverse
shit.
it. Yeah,
Yeah. So there's an option, but people are not even doing that. Like they say they want it, but in the end, because you have an option now. I don't know if you know that you could switch it to chronological. That's what I have personally, because I want to see what the people that I follow.
Yeah.
Right. But it's up to individuals, and if it's not brought out by force, kind of a deal, then a lot of people are not even gonna know what the fuck. Right.
Yeah.
It's just what the algorithm feeds you now.
Right, that shit was funny too because it will actually. Like it will make people feel some different type of ways where like they'll go to like a meet and they'll be like, "Fuck, look at my followers, look how much I have," and this and that.
True.
It will change a lot of people's perspective. How they look at you and stuff like that. Man, they'll be like, that's what we talked about.
Clout.
We talked about groups that bringing people down and they all I'm better than you and this and that.
Yeah,
we saw that within the photography scene and everything. And then we also we talked about how. There's actual good people that will try to show you and guide you and show you tricks with your camera and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
Did you feel like people try to help you out or no?
No, for sure. Yeah, like I feel like it's always been way more positive than negative. Like for at least in my experience, for me,
facts.
I can't speak for other people, but for me, it's like I've always or if I need literal help, like if there's a fucking hill or there's something, they'll literally carry me. Like there's always been people that are like, "Yo, we got you, bro. You good?" That type of shit. There's so many people that are cool as fuck in the photography community.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Facts.
And then, since I feel like us three are not really into the photography scene anymore, but you know what? It was technical difficulties.
You wanna change the light?
It's alright, bro.
Turn it on.
The pirate looks better. Because we're gonna be getting
spooky times.
Yeah, we're gonna get close to spooky times, man. But I just want to talk about now we moved on from that scene, man, and it was a good run for us. Now there's new people taking over it, and shout out to all of them, and thank you guys for keeping the photography scene still alive and stuff, man.
For sure.
And now we moved on to a new different journey, which is with comedy. Stand up, man.
Yeah,
me and T-R we just checked you out
just recently,
man, and you killed it, bro. You killed it.
So thanks for coming out and fucking checking out.
Bro.
It was our pleasure, dog. Real talk. That shit was fun.
I had fun, man. I was like, damn, that was fun. Actually, I have another show on the 7th over the same spot. Yeah.
Oh shit! What am I doing 7th?
Yeah. So
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, man.
Nah, it was fun, man. I was like, damn, this is crazy.
That was my biggest crowd, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest crowd I've ever performed in front of, and the biggest club I've done so far.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done open mic at the Hollywood Improv, but they literally cover the improv sign. Yeah, so you're going there to try to get a spot on the actual shows, Yeah. Yeah, man. How about at the show, the dude that had the seizure, bro?
We were talking about it, and I don't know, was that a setup or not, bro?
Nah, that was a legit. Yeah? You didn't see the dude?
Yeah, but the reason why I said it was a setup because the girl used it as a joke, but she probably ran with it,
Nah, bro, that's that's too far on hit. You think if your girl's like, I want to be famous, you want to pretend to have a seizure in front of a show,
yeah,
in front of a bunch of people for clout? Nah, bro, that was legit real, bro.
You following from Washington to here,
So I've been seeing seizures for a long time. From high school, I've seen this one girl. She fucking fell and she landed on the edge of the what do you call it, sidewalk. And she started spitting out fucking foam. So that was the first time I was exposed to that. Then I worked with people that had seizures, and So never did I see somebody like that before in my life. Like this cat looked like he was mosh pitting and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
He was swinging. He was throwing cups and shit, bro.
Yeah. So I was like, what? Is this what's like? I thought he was just wilding out. Like I thought he was drunk.
Yeah,
off his ass.
He went Incredible Hulk in that motherfucker, dog. Yeah. I was like, damn, this motherfucker made him laugh so hard that he went into a seizure, bro. That shit is crazy, bro.
Like that.
Yeah, bro. He was fucking. That shit was wild. Yeah, they left before I got on stage because the dude was good looking. He looked like a model. Did you see him?
Oh yeah, I feel like
the dude looked like a model. He was a really good look. I was like,
I don't know, man.
So I was gonna make the joke.
yeah, I don't know.
No, I mean, bro, come on, like,
I just
I know when a motherfucker is good looking or not good looking, bro. Like, it doesn't make you gay to say that a dude is good looking.
To each their own.
You know. But I was gonna, if he left, but I was gonna say on stage, I was gonna say, bro, like you look like a model, bro. Like the God had to give you something. He gave you the shakes, my boy. You know, like, but they dipped out. You know.
Hey, bro, but how did you get into comedy, bro?
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I don't even know, bro.
He just landed on his lap again. The mic just landed. Boom.
No, okay. Shit, so I've been into like comedy movies. I've always been into funny movies. Like some of my favorite movies are like The Nutty Professor, Miss Doubtfire. Like The Nutty Professor, that scene where they go to the club when he's Buddy Love, and he's in there, and then Dave Chappelle's the comic on stage, and he fucking bro, that made me kind of look into what stand up is, and I was like, dude, these dudes aren't just movies, like these guys are funny. Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah,
you know. So I started watching like comedy stuff, like Comic View. This was BT was like, they would have like these shows. And then I started like getting into that, but I was never like a performer ever in my life. Like I didn't even like going up in front of the classroom to do a presentation. You know, I was never that person that was like, I want to be on stage. You know,
right?
But throughout the pandemic, like I was like home a lot, and then I just started. I don't know what it was that triggered it, but something was like stand up's cool, like. Is that something? I tell people one of the realizations that I had throughout the pandemic was that I've always been an entertainer, but I was just too scared to entertain. And then like throughout the pandemic, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just try stand up, bro. I'm just gonna. So I looked for an open mic, and then I started like, when I get into something, I start researching like everything about it. Like I want to read about it. I want to watch YouTube videos about it. I want to, like, actually do it. So I like started researching, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. And I just started writing random shit, and then I was like, fuck it. And I just went to, the first one I went to the first open mic that I went just to watch.
Orale.
I was like, cool, let me check out what the hell this whole thing is.
What I'm getting into.
So I went, and I was just chilling there, and I was like, dude, I'm funnier than most of these people. So I went on a Friday. And then I was like, fuck it. They have shows on the weekend that you have to pay for. Like, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go to the next open mic. So I went on a Monday. And then I got up and I just said random shit and people laughed. And I was like, yo, I like this, I was like, this shit is dope. And then
you went by yourself at those times?
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, because I didn't tell nobody. I just went by myself literally. I was like, if I suck, nobody's going to find out, my boy.
You went on cognito mode.
Yeah, bro. So I just went and I was like, yo, I fuck with this shit. This shit is dope. Like I think I could do this.
Yeah.
And then I just been trying to do it ever since, like, and then just people there were like, bro, like you're funny, you need to keep coming out. Just people telling me keep coming out. And I was like, fuck it. So I started going more frequently, and then I was like, yo, I need to write. I need to get better at this. Yeah. Like they kind of set me up one time. I was like, I think it'd be funny if I pretend like I'm singing, like I'm doing a karaoke, and then being like, oh shit, like wrong venue or like wrong. Yeah. And I did that shit and nobody laughed, bro. And I was like, fuck, this shit sucks. Like that was like my first like official bomb, I guess.
Right.
I was like, dude, I never want to feel like that again. So I was like, I'm gonna write, bro. I'm gonna get good at this shit. I don't want to never feel like that's a shitty feeling, bro.
Do you constantly keep on writing right now? Or?
Yeah, so like I'll randomly think of stuff and then I'll be like, that's funny, I need to make a video of me saying that, or I try to write things down. So I always have a notebook with me now. So like if I get an idea, I try to like stop and write it down because it's easy to forget stuff. Or sometimes I'll be like showering and I'll be like showering and I'll be like, oh shit, dude, that's a funny ass idea. So as soon as I get out, I try to like write it down, you know.
And then you practice those jokes, and whichever jokes get more laugh, you keep them. And
basically. So like I'll write something, I'll be like, this is funny, I think I'll try to do this. So now I'm to the point where I have jokes that I know are funny, that I know if I say them, it'll make people laugh. So what I do is like I'll use one or two of those jokes and then try new things in the middle. So I'll be like, I'll try this joke or try that joke. And then sometimes I try to like just kind of like freestyle, just kind of like
in the moment.
Yeah, in the moment. Like if they call it riffing, like when you're just thinking of shit in the moment. So I've been trying to practice that a lot more. But I am writing, like if I think about something funny, I'll try to, like when I was on the stage up there at the Comedy Chateau, you know how I was on the stage and you guys had to help me up?
Yeah.
I was like, it would be fucked up if there's an earthquake right now and everybody runs out and they leave my ass right here on stage, bro.
Sorry, Daniel. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, that would be a funny joke if I said that shit, I think, you know? So I'll think of random shit and I'm like, and then I'll try it. I'll say it on stage, and if people fuck with it, I'm like, okay, this is funny. I'll keep this.
Yeah.
And then I try to work it into, like, they call it like your act. Like I try to work it into like, because I have some jokes that go together already. They like tie in together.
Nice.
So I figure out a way to like put in the new joke somewhere in there. Yeah.
That's dope, dude. Damn, it's a whole fucking process.
Yeah, it's hard work, bro. Like you have to do it constantly. Like you have to do it almost every day. Like a few times a day if you can. Because even if you don't go 1 day or 2 days, like it throws off your timing. It throws off like you don't do it for a day or two and you go back and you're like not as sharp, and then you start doing it again and you're like, all right. So you kind of have to keep doing it, you know, to stay like in like a, not like in a rhythm, but it's, I don't know, it's like hard to explain, but like you just gotta be doing it, you know, like. And because I'm so new, I'm like, all right, I gotta do this shit a lot, you know, I gotta show up a lot. So I've been trying to, I think the most is I've gone to 5 open mics in 1 day. You know, and just try to get up 5 times.
1 day.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, you're getting up 3 minutes at a time, 5 minutes at a time. So, like, if you're learning how to paint, I could sit here and paint for the whole day.
Right.
But with this shit, I could write, I could think about the jokes, but the only time I get to practice is in those 3 minutes. So just imagine trying to get good at something like 3 minutes at a time or 5 minutes at a time. So the more you do it, the faster the better you get, you know, the
Makes
faster.
sense. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, I feel already like I'm a little bit behind. So I'm like, all right, I need to put in work on this shit. You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
So who would you say some top 3 comics that you probably look at?
For sure, like the ones that I could think of off right away is like Eddie Murphy. Him more his movies than his actual stand up. But like obviously Dave Chappelle, and then George Lopez. You know, there's a few Latin comics that I like Paul Rodriguez. Fluffy is funny as fuck. But as far as like the old, like the ones that really influenced me, it was like Dave Chappelle, and George Lopez were like the main. I was like, these motherfuckers are funny. Like I wish I was like that. And then there's this other comic. He's pretty famous. His name's Bruce. He's like a big ass guy. Like I always liked his jokes for whatever reason.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, what we saw, it was great, man. Like I said, keep doing it, man.
Hell yeah.
It was a fun night, man.
You can tell, bro. You got a fucking twinkle when you fucking talk about this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I like how the way you talk about it. You're very passionate, and there's a fire in there.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
You just gotta feed that, man. You just keep going, dog. Seriously, you know you got support with us.
Yeah, for sure. No, good looking. And thanks for coming out, for sure.
No, and thanks for coming out on our show, dude. So
for sure.
Yeah.
That shit was litty.
Yeah, bro. This motherfucker ended was buying like 4 shots of fucking margarita at a time, bro.
Modelos. Fucking black special and shit. Dude was like, he wanted to. Ya solo le faltaba hacer
and
eso.
then it was funny because when you're at the club, they give you like this little light.
Oh yeah.
And then supposedly
I was waving that shit around like
so the waiter knows that you want some service. You turn the light on, and this fool was fucking holding that shit up, waving that shit around, like, waiter.
Supposedly, my girl was telling me that there was a point where the waiter told me, like, that's enough, no more.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
it was.
Yeah. Well, at the end, like, because you ordered at the end, you ordered 4 margaritas, like, and then after that, I was like, I was like, oh, I think we're good, and then she right after that, she was like, all right, like, yeah, I think this is the cutoff point, you know, and then
Unhealthy already.
and then I was like, damn, bro, I was like, how much have you wasted, bro? And you were like, don't worry about it. And I tried to give you a 20, and you were like, I'm good, bro. I was like, you were like, give it to the waiter. I was like, fuck it. So I just gave it to the waiter, bro. But I was like, it's cool. She was cool, you know.
Yeah, man,
Afterwards, she was like, you had a great set. She told me.
that's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Thanks for that 20, by the way.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man, can't wait to do it again, man. Hey, but it was nice talking, catching up a little bit, man. And I think we talked about, we talked about all the little things, right? Like the meets and photography, you know, and stuff like that. But I think we're at the other half of our, you know, podcast where we go into the
Killer segment.
killer stories.
Spooky.
Dang.
Throw some
Hey,
smoke.
yeah, you might see a ghost face somewhere in there.
Oh,
shit.
It's not just me getting high. We're not just hotboxing it. There's a spirit in here.
Hey, man, straight out the bat, man, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, bro, I believe in ghosts.
Yeah?
I believe in ghosts. Yeah.
What about
For sure.
aliens?
Yeah. I mean, the government released those declassified shit where they're saying that there's some shit flying around that we don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
There's something, bro.
Something out there, man. What I like to say is, like, it's crazy because imagine one of those stories that we have lived with our entire life, from kids even to freaking other people and other people that have lived even before us, bro, where they talk about Bigfoot, they talk about the long-necked monster, whatever it's called, the Yeti or whatever, like
La
La
Llorona,
Llorona, bro.
Yeah.
Aliens and all that stuff. El Diablo también and stuff like that, you know? If one of those stories is fucking true, bro, you know how many stories can be true out there, bro?
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
No, yeah. Like,
Monster Quest up in here.
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of shit, bro. Like, aside from like ghosts, there's a lot of shit that's crazy in this world.
Oh, yeah.
That it's even real. Like, you know, monsters under the sea, like you said, every day a new fucking species, you know, appears and stuff, man. And it's crazy even to think about dinosaurs, bro. You know how dinosaurs fucking, you know, they say they existed and stuff, and people are saying that there still might be some still living under, you know, all the way deep down in the ocean
middle
and
of the
stuff.
earth.
You know what I'm saying? Like a fucking megalodon or something.
Could be true, could be not. We don't know.
And
that's the crazy thing, bro. We don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is how, you know, how the fuck space and gravity and everything exists, man.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it could all end at any time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this motherfucker could blow up or something. Or at any time.
Y'all heard about the supposed experiment that I think NASA sent a fucking spaceship to crash into a meteorite?
Oh, yeah. I saw that today.
Yeah, that was today.
Yeah. That was
What, like the one that is coming close to Earth or some shit?
Just in case. It was more of an experiment, just in
just
case.
a test?
It was a test. So it's to see what exactly would happen if they did what they do in the movies and shit.
Yeah. Well, fuck, that's a good investment there, right? You never know.
What happened to that thing?
No
called
pictures, though.
Space Force. Was that actually like a thing that people would go and like fight over there or no?
What?
Space Force? You never heard of that one?
No.
That was Trump stuff. Trump.
Oh, you talking about the Force? It does exist now. Yeah.
Well, in my mind, it's like basically they go with planes. Pew, 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 pew,
Yeah, with lasers.
Yeah,
and
was
shit
that it?
in the near future? I hope. Like, I mean, supposedly. I don't know, dude. Star Wars.
Nah, we're not that advanced.
Nah. Hey, bro, but have you had any like ghost experience and stuff like that in your life, bro?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I was like, I don't remember exactly how old I was. I was probably like, I was between 7 and 9, I think. I was living with my mom. My parents split up, so I was just living with my mom and my sisters, and we didn't have a car. And my mom, we ended up going to one of my mom's friend's house, and then like they tried to telling us like right away, like this place is haunted. Like at night, you're gonna hear like footsteps. You might hear footsteps.
Sign this waiver.
Yeah, they were just telling all this shit, and I was like, fuck. So at night I was like sleeping, and it's weird because I don't know if I was dreaming this, but like I had a bump, so like I felt like I woke up.
It was a concussion.
Yeah, it was a concussion, bro. Or something,
bro.
No,
did you believe at that point? Did you believe in any ghosts or anything? Were you skeptical?
Yeah, well, I was like, damn, if y'all saying there's ghosts, like if there's motherfuckers stomping around at night, then it must be true, you know. And then I woke up and I like stood up, like I sit up, and then something was like, it was kind of like, go the fuck back to sleep, and it pushed me, and then I just fucking went back and I hit my head, and then I knocked the fuck out, bro.
None of that,
bro. I was like 9 years old. I was like 8 or 9 years old. Nah, I was not that wild, bro.
Not that wild.
I wasn't that wild.
damn,
bro.
that's crazy scary. Then
Yeah, so but it's like I don't like. I'm like, was I dreaming that shit?
Yeah.
Like,
you had a fever?
or was it just because they were talking about ghosts and all this shit the whole time? You
That's
know,
wild,
did I
bro.
imagine that shit?
What
But
what did they say that they hear like people walking and stuff like that?
yeah, that they would hear like someone coming up and down the stairs, or stuff would move.
Oh shit! Like,
Yeah.
What about voices and stuff like that?
Nah,
like
I don't.
God, what I got
him.
Yes,
Like that, bro.
Like that.
Hey, I have a heart attack right here, dog. I was about to take off running, my boy. I was about. I said, what the
Finally got one. You finally got one.
Dad, you set me up for that one, my boy. I was like, oh shit. I should have faked like I was having a seizure.
Dude, it's crazy because I try to get so many people with like the screaming one, and nobody fucking flinches.
You know what it is? It's these dope high quality microphones, my boy. That's what it is.
Yeah, man, fuck.
Nah, that shit's loud as fuck in my ears. You set me up.
Ah man, that's a killer stories here, bro. You know?
a tradition.
Damn, I'm about to go viral for getting scared like a bitch, bro. Let me drink this motherfucking alcohol.
You're gonna put that on repeat.
Look at bitch ass daddy.
Hey, that's gonna be the one going in our fucking stories.
That's gonna be the what do you call it? The artwork for the YouTube. The fucking thumbnail.
The thumbnail.
You fucked up though because you didn't get the angle right here of me.
I was thinking
Sorry,
that.
sorry.
You're gonna get the long.
You gotta have to
just
zoom
going
in.
that. Yeah.
Zoom in.
It's gonna be all.
They got me. It's genuine.
I'll
I was like, what
pixelate it.
the fuck?
Hey man, but besides the ghost stories, man, I know you have mentioned, and obviously people could see that you are in the wheelchair, man.
Mm-hmm.
If it's okay with you sharing that story and stuff.
Yeah. No.
After you scare me, no.
Get the fuck out of my house, you motherfucker. I'm through. Where's the recorder? Fuck this shit.
I'm dead.
No, yeah. So I'll kind of like it's a pretty long story, so I'll give you kind of like the rundown version. So basically, I was at a party, like, and then I would always avoid parties because anytime I would go to a party, like, someone would have an issue with me and they would want to fight me, and I wasn't even like the type of person that was like, I'm the man, I'm the shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing like that. I was never like that type of person. I would just chill. I just wanted to go have a good time, you know, chill, fucking drink a beer once in a while. But for whatever reason, dudes always just want to fight with me. So we were at this party, and then the crazy thing is that the party was chill. Like usually, like, you could tell, like, there's a fool looking at you, mad dogging you, you know, like that type of shit. At this party, it was chill. Like, we were fucking dancing. Like, everybody at the party was, like, on the dance floor dancing and shit. Yeah. The last song that I danced to was Crank That by Soulja Boy, bro. Yeah.
Classic.
So, yeah, it was chill. Like, dope-ass party, like, chill. And then we had gotten, like, a 24-pack, and we had already drank that. And then it was about to be 2. So we were like, fuck it, let's try to find a store before 2 to get some alcohol. And this was in Northridge, and this was in 2007. So there was like now you could just GPS like store near me and you can find. But so back then it wasn't that easy. MapQuest.
Shit.
Yeah, MapQuest. So we were like, fuck it, let's see if we find something. So we went out, like, just the guys. Like, it was a group of us. It was 2 cars. It was probably like 10 of us total. So just like 4 of the guys, we went and we were like, let's try to find some alcohol. We were actually gonna do a beer run, bro. We were just gonna,
shit.
and but we didn't find any stores. So and then we stopped at a 7-Eleven, and then one of the dudes that was with us, he was over 18. But he looked like a fucking little kid, bro. So he went into the 7-Eleven to try to get cigarettes, and they didn't want to sell it to him. And then, so we took time doing that, and then we didn't find alcohol, so we went back to the party. And then when we got back, he parked his car on the wrong side of the street, like facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then we went into the party to get 2 of my sisters were at that party, so we went to get everybody. And when we were already in the car, we all went back to the car. But in the time it took us to find everybody and get back to the car, I think it was a black Escalade had like come into the street, and there was another car, so we were kind of like blocked in. And then we are in the car, and we were just waiting for them to get out of the way. And then they didn't move, so the driver of the car that I was in like burned rubber with his car. And then one of the dudes in that car came out, and he said something, and then he came over to like the driver's side, and then the driver in my car and him started fighting. Like, they literally started getting down, and I was like, fuck. And then, like I said, 2 of my sisters were there, so I was like, fuck, I don't really want to fucking, like, do this shit, you know? So I was trying to get out of his car to, like, try to be like, nah, bro, chill. And then I couldn't get out. Like, I got stuck. Like, there's something wrong with his, like, door or something. And then it took me a little bit. So it took me maybe, like, 30 to 40 seconds to actually get out of his car. So once I got out, like, I opened the door, started getting out, and somebody pistol whipped me. Like, they hit me with the gun.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, so they hit me, and then I guess it like blacked me out for a little bit. And he hit me like 3 times because I have like, it cut me. He cut me when he hit me. And then like, I guess they told me that there was like a few people like jumping me basically.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then when the other people that we were with, like, they were like, oh shit, something's going down with us. They came over, got everybody off of me, and then I stood up. Like, I got up. Yeah. And then my head felt cold. And I was like, what the fuck? So I touched my head, and then my hand was just full of blood. And it felt cold, and then like I like touched it, and I looked, and like my hand was just like full of blood, bro. And then I got mad. Like, I think that's probably as mad as I've ever been. Oh, shit. And then I was like, fuck that, somebody's gonna get the ass whooped now, you know?
He said, Hulk up.
So like, I started looking, and the first dude that wasn't with us, I fucking laid him out. I hit him. And then I fell like on top of him. I felt like mounted on top of him, and I was just fucking this dude up.
Ground and pound?
I was, bro, literally ground and pound. I was just hitting him. And then he was like out, bro. Like, I laid this dude out. And then I started hearing like, stop, he has a gun.
Oh,
and then like, stop, you're gonna kill him, because this dude was already. And I was still fucking him up. And then it was my older sister. She was like, stop. And then I never saw the gun. Like, they hit me, but I never saw the gun then. And then after I had laid him out, I didn't see the gun. Like, I don't know. I wasn't like, what, you know? I was like, fuck. I got up, and then my shirt was all full of blood, and I was like, fuck, we need to get the fuck out of here, you know?
Right.
So I went to go find the driver of the car, like the car that I was in. I was like, fuck, so we could dip. So it took me a little bit to find him, because like people were coming out of the party already. There was a shitload of people outside. So it took me a little bit to find them. So when I did find them, I was like, fool, we need a dip. Like, let's get the fuck out of here. So we started going back toward his car. And then the dude that I had laid out, I don't know if I just hit him so fast and laid him out so fast that he didn't have time to react with the gun, or it wasn't loaded. So in the time that it took me to find this dude, he had loaded that shit, or he was like, fuck this. So we started crossing the street to go back to his car, and I think it was a black Escalade. He put that shit in reverse and then tried to run us over with that shit. Oh, damn. So then we ran toward the car, and then we were like about to get in the car, and that's when he jumped out, and then he just like shot me. Like, I wasn't looking. The bullet hit me from the back. So the bullet hit my spinal cord. It went through my lung, and it circled my heart. Like, damn. It was like a 25 or a 22 little bullet. And it paralyzed me instantly. Like, as soon as it hit me, like, I fell, and then I just couldn't get up. Like I try to get up. It's crazy because
Oh shit, you were still conscious.
yeah, I never passed out. I was
you
conscious the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, so it paralyzed me and I fell. And then he still shot at me 2 more times, like close. Like he was maybe like 7 feet, 6 feet away from me. And then he just shot at me, 2 more times. And I don't know how he didn't hit me again.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he did. It was just one bullet. And then the driver of my car tackled him and then like took the gun away from him. But he had like unloaded that shit already. And then once we were like, all right, I'm shot. They were like, fuck it. Well, they just threw me in the car and they just took me to the hospital. Fucking took red lights and shit and got to the hospital. And then, yeah, so the bullet hit my spinal cord. What I have is a spinal cord injury. So it's like the simple explanation is like, I have like my level injury is here. So like when you're gonna walk, let's say your brain sends a signal to your legs like it's time to get up and walk. But my brain sends that signal, but where my injury is at, the signal stops. So I don't get, that's why I don't. And then the same thing, like let's say I hurt myself, like my leg, like it'll send a signal up to like my brain, but where my injury is, it stops. So I don't get that signal. So it's like literally like breaking your arm, and then like you like not being able to repair that. So that's what my injury is.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
and that's deep because you have a image back here.
Yeah.
I know the backstory, but
Yeah,
would you want to expand on that?
Yeah. I don't know if they could see that, but it's like it's one of my like, I have like these paintings are stencils, but I have paintings in my head that I haven't done, and this is one of the first ones where I was like, what's a simple way to explain my injury? And that's what that is. So it's like it's a rib cage, and it has like a spine, but the spine has like a road down the middle. It has like the 2 yellow lanes on a road, and then where my level of injury is, it has a sign that says road closed.
Damn.
So it's like a
Deep.
I feel like that's like a
simple but deep.
Simple like childhood way of explaining my injury to somebody. Yeah,
It's dope.
yeah. I have more, but I'm just like I don't feel like I'm good enough of a painter to put them down on canvas yet. Like some of the other ideas that I have.
Right, it's good, man. But you had a recent scary accident as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like in I think it was March. In March, I was crossing the street and a fucking car hit me. Talking about that? Yeah. Car hit me. I was crossing the street and the car turning left didn't see me and hit me. Like the good thing is that my chair took most of the damage, but when he hit me, like it started sending me like one way, and then when the pressure of his car hitting my chair hit my chair, it sent me like the opposite way. So I started going forward first, and then when it hit my chair, it sent me the other way. So it fucking like slammed me down on the street. So like he didn't like run me over. He just hit my chair, and then I flew out of my chair, and then my chair like he bent my tire, and it broke one of the like I have like little guards right here, and it broke that. But I didn't have like. Well, I mean, I did have injuries, but it wasn't like major injuries, I just like it gave me like whiplash, and then it like my back was hurt like after like months after that, I couldn't sit on my chair for that long because my back would just be fucking hurting, bro. So I would have to like be on my chair for like an hour and then be in bed and shit. Have to like straighten out. Yeah, but luckily like it wasn't like any major, crazy.
Gotcha.
Stuff. But yeah, I'm just out here. I have a joke where I'm like, what if I was supposed to die and I'm just out here fucking up life, just like not dying, bro? just like I'm not gonna die.
Satan.
I got good genes, I'm a survivor, Yeah.
Oh man, you're doing good, man. You're doing good.
Yeah, we trying, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, man, this was I think it's a great podcast, man. A great episode, right?
Fuck yeah, dude. A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, man. And you know what, man? we appreciate you for coming in on our podcast,
No, for
man,
sure,
and
man.
having us on your podcast, man.
Yup.
For sure. Yeah, thanks for coming out and fucking going out to the show. And
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. That shit was
Yeah,
fun,
yeah.
man. And you know what? Keep up the great work with the paintings. If photography ever come back, man, or
yeah.
you know,
No,
do it for
like
fun.
I'm still doing it.
Yeah,
I'm not
definitely.
like I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still doing the paintings here and there. So I'm still working with people and stuff. Yeah, if you want to check out
Yeah,
D
let 'em know.
Alvarez TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that. All my social media is D Alvarez TV, and if you want to check out the podcast again, it's the Paralyzed Artist Podcast on YouTube and all the
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
All
big,
the plugs.
All the plugs,
Yeah.
man. Hey, man. I just want to say thank you again. Anything you want to tell them, T-Ray?
Oh,
peer pressure.
paper.
Nah, yeah, you guys too. Just keep fucking putting out
Thank you,
episodes
I
and shit, and
appreciate that,
fucking
man.
bringing some of the dope ass people we get to
Yeah,
meet out here, so other people
definitely.
get to,
Yeah, their
you
stories.
know,
and
yeah, for sure.
Definitely, man.
Hell yeah. So, man, keep up the great work, dude. Much love. And just that sparkle in your eye, man. Keep it alive.
We doing it, bro. We doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro. And we outie and we keep it killer.
No. Don't forget.
Don't forget to keep it killer.
Bye.
Run it.